Welcome to VitaNHealth. Today we're going to talk about the topic, I ate no processed sugar for 7 days. My body said wow. Now, let's get started. Picture yourself on the couch after a long day, a bowl of snacks in hand, eyes locked onto a captivating television show. This is the classic scene of distracted eating, a modern habit that has fundamentally changed how we interact with our daily nourishment. It feels like a harmless way to unwind, yet beneath the surface, your brain is navigating a complex and demanding cognitive landscape. When your attention is split between the screen and your plate, your brain enters a state of high cognitive load, juggling multiple inputs. The vibrant colors and fast-paced editing of the show compete directly with the sensory experience of the food you are currently consuming. Physiologically, your brain struggles to process the essential sensory cues of your meal, including the subtle nuances of taste and texture. Think of it as a bandwidth issue. Your neural resources are being diverted toward the screen, leaving less capacity for internal body signals. Because your focus is diverted, the vital satiety signals that tell your body you have had enough are often ignored or completely missed. Your digestive system is sending messages to the brain, but those signals are getting lost in the noise of the entertainment. Imagine a split-screen animation. On one side, a focused eater savors every bite, while on the other, a distracted viewer mindlessly consumes. The focused eater notices the changing flavor profiles and the gradual feeling of fullness, allowing them to stop at the right time. Conversely, the distracted viewer continues eating long after the focused eater has stopped, consuming significantly more calories without even realizing the excess. This is not a failure of willpower, but rather a predictable consequence of how our brains prioritize external stimuli over internal feedback. This disconnect between the stomach and the brain prevents the registration of fullness in real time, leading to a cycle of overconsumption. Your brain essentially forgets to count the calories because it is too busy tracking the plot twists happening on the screen. By multitasking between entertainment and digestion, we essentially bypass the body's natural regulatory systems that govern our hunger and satiety. The brain fails to create a strong memory of the meal, which can leave you feeling unsatisfied even after you have finished eating. This lack of memory formation often triggers a craving for more food later, as your brain seeks to complete the sensory experience. Understanding this cognitive conflict is the first step toward reclaiming our relationship with food and breaking free from the screen's influence. It is about recognizing that your brain needs dedicated time to process the act of eating, just as it needs time to process information. When you remove the screen, you allow your brain to fully engage with the sensory input of the meal, restoring your natural hunger cues. The simple act of turning off the television transforms eating from a passive distraction into a deliberate, conscious, and satisfying experience. As we move forward, we will explore what happens when we finally decide to silence the noise and return to mindful eating. We will examine the specific physiological changes that occur when you give your body the undivided attention it truly deserves. The journey to a healthier dining experience begins by recognizing these hidden mechanisms that dictate our habits every single day. It is a process of recalibrating your internal clock and learning to listen to the subtle whispers of your body's needs. By slowing down, you allow the complex hormonal dance of Ghrelin and Leptin to function exactly as nature intended them to. This shift in behavior can lead to better digestion, increased satisfaction, and a more harmonious relationship with the food you eat. You might find that you enjoy your food more when you are not distracted by the constant barrage of digital entertainment. The flavors become more pronounced, the textures more interesting, and the overall experience becomes significantly more rewarding for your senses. This is the power of presence, a simple yet profound tool that can reshape your health and your daily habits. As you become more aware, you will notice the subtle cues of satiety appearing much earlier than you previously thought possible. It is like tuning into a radio station that was always playing, but was previously drowned out by the static of the screen. This newfound awareness allows you to make better choices, not because you are restricting yourself, but because you are truly satisfied. The screen may offer entertainment, but your body offers the essential feedback required for long-term health and sustainable eating habits. By choosing to eat without the screen, you are reclaiming your autonomy and honoring the biological needs of your own body. It is a small change that yields significant results, proving that even minor adjustments can lead to major improvements in well-being. Imagine the difference in your energy levels when you are fully present for every meal, fueling your body with conscious intention. This is not just about losing weight or counting calories. It is about fostering a deeper connection with your physical self. Every meal becomes an opportunity to practice mindfulness, turning a mundane daily task into a moment of genuine self-care. You will start to notice how different foods make you feel, creating a feedback loop that promotes healthier and more intuitive choices. The brain, once freed from the cognitive load of multitasking, can finally focus on the important task of nourishing your system. This clarity of focus is the secret to breaking the cycle of mindless consumption that plagues so many of us today. It is a path toward freedom, where you are no longer a slave to the screen's influence during your precious mealtimes. You regain control over your portions, your cravings, and ultimately, your overall health and vitality in the long run. The transition might feel strange at first, but the rewards of a more mindful approach to eating are well worth the effort. Start by setting aside just one meal a day where the screen is completely off, and observe the difference for yourself. You will likely be surprised by how much more you enjoy the food and how quickly you feel satisfied and content. This simple experiment is the foundation for a lifetime of healthier habits and a more balanced relationship with your nutrition. The screen will always be there, but your health is a precious resource that requires your active participation and your focus. By prioritizing your body's signals, you are making an investment in your future self that will pay dividends for years ahead. Let this be the beginning of a new chapter where you are the master of your habits, not the screen. As we continue this exploration, keep these insights in mind and consider how they might apply to your own daily routine. The science is clear. When we remove the distractions, we empower our bodies to do what they do best naturally. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the fascinating world of mindful eating and the incredible benefits of being fully present. There is so much more to discover about the connection between our brains, our screens, and the food on our plates. Together, we will uncover the strategies that make mindful eating not just possible, but an enjoyable part of your lifestyle. Thank you for joining us on this journey toward a better understanding of how we can live healthier, more conscious lives. Your commitment to learning is the first step toward positive change, and we are excited to guide you through this process. Prepare to transform your relationship with food as we move into the next phase of our scientific exploration together. Breaking the cycle of distracted eating starts with a simple, intentional shift, turning off the television and focusing entirely on your meal. When we remove digital distractions, we allow the brain to fully engage with the sensory experience of eating, from texture to aroma. This shift in focus is not just about manners. It is a physiological reset that improves our ability to recognize internal hunger cues. As we slow down, the brain gains the necessary time to process satiety signals, which are often missed when our attention is elsewhere. Scientific studies show that mindful eating leads to better digestion as the body can properly prepare for the incoming nutrients and energy. By paying attention, we often find that we reach a state of satisfaction with smaller portions, naturally regulating our caloric intake over time. This practice strengthens the vital connection between the body and its nutritional needs, fostering a deeper awareness of what we truly require. To begin, try simple habits like turning off all screens during dinner or practicing slow, deliberate chewing to savor every single bite taken. Removing these digital barriers restores the natural feedback loop between the stomach and the brain, creating a healthier, more intuitive relationship with food. Ultimately, being present during meals is about more than weight management. It is about reclaiming the joy and quality of our daily nourishment. By choosing to eat mindfully, you transform a routine necessity into a restorative practice that honors both your body and your overall well-being. Start today by making your next meal a screen-free zone and observe how your body responds to the gift of your undivided attention. Consider the way light from a screen can subtly alter your perception, often masking the true flavor profiles of the food you consume. When the screen goes dark, your palate awakens, allowing you to notice subtle notes of seasoning or freshness you might have previously ignored. This sensory awakening is a direct result of the brain dedicating its full processing power to the act of consumption rather than entertainment. Think of your digestive system as a finely tuned instrument that requires your full presence to perform its complex tasks with peak efficiency. When you are distracted, this internal rhythm is interrupted, leading to rushed eating patterns that can often cause discomfort or bloating after meals. By slowing your pace, you allow enzymes in your saliva to begin the breakdown of carbohydrates, making the entire digestive process much smoother. This simple act of slowing down is a form of respect for your body, acknowledging the hard work it performs to keep you energized. You might notice that without the background noise of a show, you become more attuned to the subtle sounds of your own chewing. This auditory feedback is actually a crucial part of the eating experience, reinforcing the feeling of fullness and satisfaction in the brain. It is fascinating how modern technology has disconnected us from these primal signals that have guided human nutrition for thousands of years. Reclaiming this connection does not require a radical lifestyle change, but rather a series of small, consistent choices made at every table. Imagine your dining table as a sanctuary, where the only priority is the nourishment of your body and the clarity of your mind. As you cultivate this habit, you will likely find that your cravings for mindless snacking begin to diminish, replaced by genuine hunger. The brain, no longer stimulated by the rapid-fire imagery of television, finds peace in the singular focus of a well-prepared, healthy meal. Over time, this practice builds a foundation of discipline that can positively influence other areas of your life, beyond just your diet. You are essentially training your brain to prioritize quality over quantity, a principle that serves us well in almost every endeavor. When you stop eating while watching TV, you are not just changing a habit. You are actively reclaiming your autonomy over your health. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity, requiring no special equipment or complex planning, just the decision to be present. Consider the psychological benefits of a quiet meal, offering a rare moment of stillness in an otherwise chaotic and fast-paced daily schedule. This quietude allows the nervous system to shift into a rest and digest state, which is essential for optimal nutrient absorption and metabolic health. If you find it difficult at first, start with just one meal a day, perhaps lunch, and gradually expand this practice to dinner. The goal is not perfection, but progress, as you learn to listen to the quiet, persistent wisdom of your own physical body. Notice how your energy levels remain more stable throughout the afternoon when you have eaten with intention and without digital interference. This stability is the hallmark of a body that is being properly fueled, rather than just being filled with empty, distracted calories. As you become more mindful, you will naturally gravitate toward foods that make you feel vibrant, rather than those that just taste good. Your relationship with food becomes a partnership, where you listen to what your body needs and respond with care and consideration. This is the essence of intuitive eating, a powerful tool for long-term health that is accessible to everyone, regardless of their background. By removing the screen, you are essentially removing the middleman between your hunger and your satisfaction, creating a direct, honest dialogue. Think of the time you spend eating as a dedicated appointment with yourself, a non-negotiable block of time for health and wellness. It is a small investment of time that pays massive dividends in how you feel, how you look, and how you function. The digital world will always be there, but your health is a finite resource that deserves your protection and your full attention. Let the screen remain off, and let the conversation between your body and your mind flourish in the silence of the meal. You might be surprised by how much more you enjoy the simple act of eating when you are truly there to experience it. Every bite becomes an opportunity to nourish your cells and support your longevity, a task far too important to be done mindlessly. As you continue this journey, the desire to return to distracted eating will fade, replaced by a preference for mindful, focused meals. This is the power of habit, where the right choice eventually becomes the easiest and most natural choice you make each day. Embrace the process, be patient with yourself, and enjoy the profound transformation that comes from simply turning off the television. Your body is a complex, miraculous system that communicates with you constantly. It is time to start listening to what it says. The signals of hunger and fullness are your internal compass, and they work best when they are not drowned out by noise. By silencing the external world, you amplify your internal clarity, making it easier to make choices that truly serve your best interests. This is the path to a healthier, more balanced life, one meal at a time, starting with the very next one you consume. Remember that your worth is not defined by your productivity, but by how well you care for the vessel that carries you. Treat your meals as a celebration of life, A moment to pause, reflect, and appreciate the energy that sustains your existence today. There is a deep, quiet satisfaction in knowing that you are in control, making conscious decisions that align with your health goals. The screen is just a distraction, but your health is your reality, and it is worth every bit of effort you invest. Take a deep breath, set the table, and enjoy the experience of a meal that is truly yours, free from all digital influence. This is your invitation to step into a new way of living, where every action is intentional and every meal is meaningful. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, share, like, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of mindful eating, and we look forward to seeing how this change transforms you.